Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, you will learn how to search fares and flights recommendation. Amadeus Master Pricer Expert is a shopping solution which provides you with the cheapest fares and flight recommendation for your query based on duration of flight time, number of connection and more. Whereas Master Pricer TravelBoard is an added feature of Master Pricer Expert to match the cheapest price. You can search fares and flight recommendation with or without an active PNR. System returns recommendations that you can use to either create a new booking or to replace existing itinerary. Let's learn first how to search fares and flight recommendation without an active PNR. To search available flights and fare recommendations based on duration of flight time and number of connection. For example, we are looking for fares and flight recommendation for Rio de Janeiro. Enter FXD transaction plus RIO, Rio de Janeiro, city 3 letters code. Enter. Displayed flight and fare recommendation departing today on 19 May from origin city, which is the same as your office location, Doha. So your passenger is looking for available fares and flight recommendation from Doha to Rio de Janeiro city pair. Displayed information is grouped by price lowest 5,455 Qatari riyals to highest 7,765 Qatari riyals. In this case, we have 4 groups and 6 recommendations. Each set of recommendation in same group shares same price, tax, fare basis and booking code. Total fare is presented in brackets for one adult passenger on top of each recommendation. Currency Qatari riyal shows in currency of point of sale. Listed recommendation number 1 with 2 different set of flight. To display all recommendation of group 1, enter Fox Extra Sugar. To select transaction +1, enter. Price and flight details are displayed from selected recommendation 1 of 2 in group 1. To book recommendation number 1 from displayed list without storing TST, enter FXZ. To book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. It means selected recommendation has booked and did not store ticket record or image, and also showing last date of ticketing date 19 May 2020. Enter RT retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. You can now add all the mandatory elements to create PNR. If select FXU to book and create TST option for group 1, enter FXU +1, enter. Need name message. It means enter name element prior to use FXU transaction if no active PNR. Now enter name element. Enter MPFXD to back to previous FXD transaction result. Enter FXU to book and create TST transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. It means selected recommendation has booked and stored ticket record or image. Enter RT retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. Enter. TST tag attached on header of PNR. It means selected recommendation fares ticket image is stored in a PNR. You can now add the all mandatory element and issue ticket. How to search recommendation for return journey? For example, your customer is looking for available fares and flight recommendation from Doha city to Paris city, departing on 2nd August and return from Paris city to Doha city on 14 August. To search available flight and recommendation, enter FXD transaction plus Delta Oscar Harry, Doha origin city 3 letters code /D date identifier plus 02 August departure date plus Papa Alpha Romeo Paris arrival city 3 letters code /D date identifier plus 14 August return date from Paris city plus DOH Doha origin city 3 letter code, enter. Displayed information is grouped by price lowest 2,945 Qatari riyals to highest 12,955 Qatari riyals based on number of connection, 2 for both direction, outbound journey total flight duration 10 hours 20 minutes, and inbound journey total flight duration 9 hours 35 minutes. In this case, we have 14 groups and 50 recommendations. Each set of recommendations, same group, shares same price, tax, fare basis, and booking codes. Total fare is presented in brackets for one adult passenger on top of each recommendation. Currency Qatari Riyal shows is currency of point of sale. Listed recommendation 1 with 6 different set of flights in group 1. To display all recommendations for group 1, enter Fox Extra Sugar. To select transaction +1, enter. Price and flight details are displayed from selected recommendation 1 of 6 in group 1. To book recommendation number 1 from display list without storing TST, enter Fox Zulu. To book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. It means selected recommendation has booked and did not store ticket record or image, and also showing last date of ticketing date 19 May 2020. Enter RT retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. You can now add all the mandatory elements to create PNR. How to search recommendation with Master Pricer TravelBoard? We can search best lowest available fares recommendation with Master Pricer TravelBoard and edit feature in Master Pricer Expert. Difference between Master Pricer Expert and Master Pricer TravelBoard is that Master Pricer Expert has been optimized to find the cheapest but at same time most convenient recommendation based on flight duration, number of connection, and more. Whereas Master Pricer TravelBoard is designed in order to match the cheapest price. Hence, combination of Master Pricer Expert FXD and Master Pricer TravelBoard MPT will offer the best lowest fare thanks to Master Pricer TravelBoard technology. Let's analyze previous itinerary with Master Pricer TravelBoard option. To do, we need to add double slashes end of our FXD command to separate itinerary and option at itinerary level like specific airline, cabin, passenger type, and so on. Here we add Master Pricer TravelBoard MPT option, enter. Displayed information is grouped by price, lowest 2,205 Qatari Riyals to highest 5,265 Qatari Riyals. Here system consider lowest available fares, not flight duration, connection, and others. Total flight duration is 8 hours and 55 minutes for outbound journey. Total flight duration 19 hours and 20 minutes for inbound journey. Whereas compare FXD Master Pricer Expert standalone result. Group by price, lowest 2,945 Qatari Riyals to highest 12,955 Qatari Riyals. Total flight duration 10 hours 20 minutes for outbound journey. Flight duration 9 hours 35 minutes for inbound journey. Here price is higher compared with combination of Master Pricer TravelBoard result. To book recommendation number 1 from display list without storing TST, enter Fox Extra Zulu. To book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. It means selected recommendation has booked and did not store ticket record or image, and also last date of ticketing date 31st May 2020. Enter RT to retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. You can now add all the mandatory elements to create PNR. How to search recommendation for multi-passenger? For example, flights and fare recommendation for 2 adult passenger traveling from Doha city to Frankfurt city, departing on 2nd August and return from Frankfurt to Doha on 14 August. To search available flights and fare recommendation, enter FXD transaction +2, number of passenger are 2, plus DOH Doha origin city 3-letter codes /D date identifier plus 02 August departure date plus FRA Frankfurt arrival city 3-letter code /D date identifier plus 14 August return date from Frankfurt city plus DOH Doha origin city 3-letter code, enter. Display information is grouped by price, lowest 5,210 Qatari Riyals to highest 32,470 Qatari Riyals for 2 adult passengers. In this case, we have 34 groups and 50 recommendation. Each set of recommendations in the same group shares same price, tax, fare basis, and booking code. Total fares is presented in brackets for 2 adult passengers on top of each recommendation. Currency Qatari Riyal shows in currency of point of sale. To book recommendation number 1, from display list without storing TST, enter Fox Zulu to book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. It means selected recommendation booked for 2 passengers and did not store ticket record or image, and also showing last date of ticketing date 31st May 2020. Enter RT, retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. Itinerary has booked for 2 passengers. You can now add all mandatory elements to create a PNR. Let's analyze previous itinerary with Master Pricer TravelBoard option. To do, we need to add double slashes end of our previous FXD command plus MPT Master Pricer TravelBoard option, enter. Displaying information is group price lowest 5010 Qatari Riyals to highest 31,750 Qatari Riyals for 2 adult passengers. Here system consider lowest available fares, not flight duration and connections. Here price is lower compared with FXC Master Pricer Expert standalone result. To book recommendation number 1 from display list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. Enter RT, retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. Itinerary booked for 2 passengers. You can now add the all mandatory elements to create PNR. How to search recommendation for specific date and airline. For example, your customer is looking for available fares and flight recommendation traveling from Doha City to Washington City, departing on 2nd August and return on 14 August by British Airways. To search flights and fare recommendation, enter FXG transaction plus DOH Doha Origin City 3 letters code /D date identifier plus 02 August departure date plus WAS Washington arrival city 3 letter codes /D date identifier plus 14 August return date from Washington City plus DOH Doha Origin City 3 letters code, double slashes to separate FXG command and specific airline option at itinerary level, plus A airline identifier, BA British Airways 2 letters airline code, enter. Displayed information is group price lowest 4,935 Qatari Riyals to highest 5,015 Qatari Riyals. In this case, we have 12 groups and 50 recommendation. Each set of recommendation same group shares same price, tax, fare basis and booking code. Total fare is presented in brackets for 1 adult passenger on top of each recommendation. Currency Qatari Riyal shows in currency of point of sale. To book recommendation number 1 from displayed list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. Enter RT retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. You can now add all mandatory elements to create a PNR. How to search recommendation for specific date and cabin. For example, your customer is looking for available flight recommendation for business cabin traveling from Doha City to Washington City, departing on 2nd August and return on 14 August. To search available flights and fare recommendation, enter FXG transaction plus DOH Doha Origin City 3 letter code /D date identifier plus 02 August departure date plus WAS Washington arrival city 3 letter code /D date identifier plus 14 August return date from Washington City plus DOH Doha Origin City 3 letters code. Double slashes to separate FXG command and specific airline option at itinerary level plus K cabin identifier, C business cabin code, enter. Displayed information is group price lowest 12,965 Qatari Riyal to highest 50,445 Qatari Riyals. In this case, we have 29 groups and 50 recommendations. Each set of recommendations, same group, shares same price, tax, fare basis, and booking code. Total fare is presented in brackets for 1 adult passenger on top of each recommendation. Currency Qatari Riyal shows in currency of point of sale. To book recommendation number 1 from display list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. Enter RT, retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. You can now add all mandatory elements to create PNR. How to set recommendation with passenger discount code. For example, search available fares and flight recommendation for child passenger traveling from Doha city to London city, departing on 15 June and return on 30th June. To search available flights and fare recommendation, enter FXC transaction plus DOH Doha origin city 3-letter code /D date identifier plus 15 June departure date plus LON London arrival city 3-letters code /D date identifier plus 30th June return date from London city plus DOH Doha origin city 3-letters code, double slashes to separate FXD command plus R request identifier plus CH child discount code, enter. Display information is grouped by price lowest 2,265 Qatari Riyals to highest 5,895 Qatari Riyals. CH code shows under PTC column, indicate that child discount has been applied. Each set of recommendation same group shares same price, tax, fare basis and booking code. Total fare is presented in brackets for one child passenger on top of each recommendation. Currency Qatari Riyal shown is currency of point of sale. To book recommendation number 1 from display list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. Enter RT, retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. You can now add all mandatory elements to create PNR. How to search recommendation for multi-destination. For example, search available fares and flight recommendation for multi-destination. You can search maximum 6 destination. For example, traveling start from Doha to first stopover destination London on 3rd July. From London to next stopover destination San Francisco on 10th July. From San Francisco to next stopover destination Singapore on 15th July. From Singapore back to origin Doha on 20th July. To search available flight and fare recommendation, enter FXD transaction plus DOH Doha origin city 3-letters code /D date identifier plus 03 July date of departure plus LON London first stopover destination 3-letter city code /D date identifier plus 10 July departure date plus SFO San Francisco second stopover destination 3-letter city code /D date identifier plus 15 July departure date plus SIN Singapore third stopover destination 3-letter city code D date identifier plus 20th July return date from Singapore plus DOH Doha origin city 3-letters code, enter. Display information is grouped by price lowest 30,235 Qatari Riyals to highest 36,835 Qatari Riyals. In this case, we have 12 groups and 24 recommendation. Each set of recommendation is same group, shares same price, tax, fare basis and booking code. Total fare is presented in brackets for one adult passenger on top of each recommendation. Currency Qatari Riyal shown in currency of point of sale. To book recommendation number 1 from displayed list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction +1, enter. Selected recommendation successfully booked message. Enter RT, retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. You can now add all mandatory elements to create PNR. How to search recommendation for multi-city. For example, your customer is looking for available fares and flight recommendation from Lahore and Islamabad, both origin city to destination city Doha, departing on 15 June and return on 30th June. To search available flights and fare recommendation, enter FXD transaction plus LHE Lahore first origin city 3-letter codes comma for separator, ISB, Islamabad, second origin city letters, 3-letter code. You can enter up to 3 departure or 3 arrival city or airport codes, /D, date identifier, plus 15 June departure date, plus DOH, Doha arrival city 3 letters code, /D, date identifier, plus 30th June return date from Doha city, plus ISB, Islamabad first origin city 3 letters code, comma, LHE, Lahore second city origin city 3-letter code, enter. Display information group by price, lowest 81,482 Pakistani rupees to highest 100,632 Pakistani rupees. In this case, we have 4 groups and 4 recommendations. In group 1 recommendation, journey start from Islamabad and back to Islamabad with lowest price 81,482 Pakistani rupees. In group 2 recommendation, journey start from Lahore and back to Islamabad with lowest price 91,652 Pakistani rupees. In group 3 recommendation, journey start from Islamabad and back to Lahore with lowest price 95,852 Pakistani rupees. In group 4 recommendation, journey start from Lahore and back to Lahore with lowest price 100,632 Pakistani rupees. How to search recommendation for booked itinerary? We can also search flight and fare recommendation for booked itinerary or an active PNR. For example, itinerary booked from Doha to London Heathrow departing on 2nd August. Current booked itinerary is 9,195 Qatari riyals. Now need to search cheaper fares and recommendation for booked itinerary. To do, enter FXC Master Pricer Expert transaction, enter. Display information is grouped by price, lowest 2,205 Qatari riyals to highest 2,950 Qatari riyals. In this case, we have 12 groups and 50 recommendation. First recommendation shows best available price for same set of booked flight, 4,915 Qatari riyals, and new booking classes N for outbound and inbound journey, whereas original itinerary was booked in Y class and fare was 9,195 Qatari riyals. In second group of recommendation, alternate set of flight and price 2,205 Qatari riyals, and so on. Enter MPFXD to back to main recommendation page. To book recommendation number 1 from display list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction plus 1 enter. Itinerary rebook message for selected recommendation. Last day of ticketing 24 May 2020. Enter RT, retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. Now you can save new selected recommendation itinerary. Let's see how to search fares and flight recommendation for specific airline. For example, to check flights and fare recommendation for Qatar Airways for booked itinerary, enter FXD Master Pricer Expert transaction, double slashes for separator, A airline identifier, plus QR Qatar Airways 2 letters airline code, enter. Displayed information is grouped by price, lowest 4,355 Qatari riyals to highest 4,915 Qatari riyals. In this case, we have 2 groups and 50 recommendation. First recommendation shows best available price for same set of booked flight, 4,915 Qatari riyals, with new booking classes and for outbound and inbound journey. In second group of recommendation, alternate set of flight and price is 4,355 Qatari riyals with outbound journey in Q class and inbound journey in N class. To book recommendation number 2 from display list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction plus 2, enter. Itinerary rebook message for selected recommendation. Last date of ticketing 21st May 2020. Enter RT retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. Now you can save new selected recommendation itinerary. Let's see how to search fares and flight recommendation to match with asked price. To check flights and fare recommendation to match price 2500 Qatari Riyals for booked itinerary, enter FXG Master Pricer Expert transaction, double slashes for separator, PB price to beat option means price equal or less than 2500 Qatari Riyals, enter. Displayed information is grouped by price lowest 2205 Qatari Riyals to highest 2395 Qatari Riyal, which is less than our requested price 2500 Qatari Riyals. In this case, we have two groups and 20 recommendation. To book recommendation number 1 from display list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction +1, enter. Itinerary book message for selected recommendation. Last date of ticketing 31st May 2020. Enter RT retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. Now you can save new selected recommended itinerary. Let's see how to search fares and flight recommendation for number of days. For example, to check flight and fare recommendation for booked itinerary after 3 days in future by British Airways, enter FXG Master Pricer Expert transaction, double slashes for separator, D for date identifier, +3, 3 days in future, plus single slash, A for airline identifier, plus BA British Airways 2 letters airline code, enter. Displayed information is grouped by price lowest 4725 Qatari Riyal to highest 4915 Qatari Riyals. In this case, we have 3 groups and 50 recommendation. First recommendation shows best available price for same set of book flight 4915 Qatari Riyals with new booking classes and for outbound and inbound journey. In second group of recommendation, alternate set of flights and price 4725 Qatari Riyals with booking classes and for outbound and inbound journey. To book recommendation number 2 from display list without storing TST, enter FXZ to book transaction +2, enter. Itinerary book message for selected recommendation. Last date of ticketing 24 May 2020. Enter RT retrieve transaction to view booked itinerary. Now you can save new selected recommended itinerary. That's it. You have just learned how to search fares and flight recommendation. Thanks for watching. Hope you like it.